I remember when my mother told me this story about my father and how he got the scar on top of his head. I remember she had told me that her and her family had gone up to New York. And while they were up there were two police officers, white police officers, who came up to the room and said that my dad looked like somebody that they were looking for. Now, my dad's not from New York, so he didn't know what they were talking about. Now, they go into the room. They tell my mother and her family to leave. And they shut the door. And they started to beat my dad up. When my mother and her family got back into the room, his head had been busted open. There was blood on the bed, blood on the walls. And he's never been back to New York. When I look at the police brutality on TV, it makes me scared as a father. I remember being a child and my dad telling me, not all of them are bad, but just be careful. I didn't understand where that fear had come from. And it had come from his childhood, how he was raised, the environment he was raised in. We see those same things today. We're still fighting for the same things today. And as a Black father, I'm scared. I'm nervous for my child. And I'm regretting the day that I have to have the talk with him. I was looking at a video the other day of belief in fatherhood. And I love the way that family spoke to their children. And I think that it's important that we do it the way that they did it. The first thing that they did when a child came into the room, they let them know what they saw in them. They affirmed who they were. And I think that it's important as Black fathers, as Black parents, to just make sure that we are affirming our children, letting them know who they are so society doesn't have to tell them who they are. They then proceeded with the conversation with their two sons, and letting them know that there will be times when you will be mistreated because of the color of your skin. They didn't tell them that it was just going to be white people. They didn't tell them that it was just going to be police officers. But they let them know that because you are Black, there are some hurdles that you will have to jump. Now, these children are young, so they're not going to fully understand what their parents are saying. But I thought it was a good idea that they started while they're young now. Because even though they won't get it, you could still see the wheels turning in their head. So I encourage you as Black parents to talk to your children about the racism that they may face here in America. And it's okay to be scared, but we will get through this. So stay strong and continue to be strong representations of who God has called us to be. Thank you for your time. Be blessed.